Hey guys, welcome back on my YouTube channel. In today's video we're gonna compare two games that I have been playing for some time since they released, a few days ago. And we're gonna basically compare them. So in today's video we're gonna compare Torchlight Infinite and Undecember. So I'm gonna tell you which game I prefer, why, what are the main differences, which game is more pay to win or free to play. I mean, again, it's up to you to how you understand pay to win or free to play. But generally speaking, I just want to give you my honest and genuine feedback after playing both games, how I feel about them, which one I prefer, and why. So, without any further ado, let's jump into the video. So, let's start with Torchlight Infinite. First of all, the whole game, the campaign, you finish it in maybe 3-4 hours, and after that, you basically gonna start the endless farming, the grinding, and just repeat the same dungeons over and over. Like, there is no randomization to it. Yes, the mobs, the bosses, I don't even think the bosses are different, but you know in advance which exactly dungeon you're gonna farm. Now, yes, you're gonna have the Void Rift, which is different, but overall, to be quite honest, it's really all the same, and it starts to be really boring really fast. Now, when it comes to the heroes themselves, the builds, etc., well, you can't really play around. As you play a berserker, you have to be a berserker. Now, the only thing you can change is, I don't know, you can play a ice berserker, a damage berserker, a fire berserker, etc., etc. But there is no hybrid play. There is no specific builds that go outside of the class. From the moment you choose a class, you have to play that class unless you create a new character and you play on a new character. But again, everything you're gonna do will be exactly the same. It's just the gear you're gonna get is a bit different, but the bosses, everything will be the same. In terms of crafting, again, the crafting is really not that complicated or overbuilt, I would say. You're gonna have gear empowerment, which is just the most basic thing ever. You're just gonna increase or decrease the energy based on your luck. In terms of enchant, you're gonna just add an additional stat to the gear if you can, and then craft. Basically, you're gonna also add statistics to a gear, but it's also a bit more random. And also you're gonna need specific material for that. I mean, for both you need specific material, but one you know very well what you're gonna add. The second one is a bit more random. But again, it's nothing really complicated. Like, you also have the corrosion system that also adds some extra crafting, but overall it's really simple. Like, I felt it's really simple, really not complicated, and within few hours I was sure I understand everything. I understood which spells or not should I play based off if I play ice or whatever. Again, there is really little space for error or mistake when you play Torchlight Infinite. It's kind of like if you're playing as a kid, a game for kids where they literally push you into one or other direction and you can't really, step outside the boundary and fall because you are just protected by the game. So again, it's really not much to do, really not much like space to play around and have fun. It's just boring. Like, honestly, it's really, really boring. Now, when it comes to the pay to win shop, is Torchlight pay to win? I would just say it's pay to be easier. The only thing that is really pay to win is obviously the backspace. So if we go into my bag, right now I'm limited by, I think, 100 space, or not even less. I think it's 60 or something like that. Like, your backpack is really small and you're gonna need a lot of space. There is a chest, if I'm not mistaken, that you basically can put your items, but again, it's also very small. And to get more, you're obviously gonna need to spend some currency. Now, the only difference from Undecember and Torchlight is Torchlight actually have a better system when it comes to the shop. Like, it's way easier to get the currency, not the pay to win currency, but the currency that will allow you to buy stuff that the pay to win currency would allow you. That's a fact that obviously this game is way more free to play friendly, and you really don't feel the need to spend any money in this game besides just like improving your quality of life. It's not something you have to do or the game will force you to do, basically to become super stronger. Now you can, if you I don't know, if you're trying to be in the hero ranking top 1, top 2, etc., and you just want to show that you have the most strength in the whole game, yes, you can spend a lot of money, that's for sure, but it's just not needed. So I really would not say this game is pay to win. It's just pay to show off, and that's it. Now let's now go to Undecember. Now when it comes to Undecember, it's a whole it's a whole different story. Like, I don't want to say that obviously I prefer one or another, so I'm not objective, but it's kind of true. I really do prefer Undecember. I played Torchlight for 1 or 2 days, and after that I just couldn't touch it anymore. Like, it was just so boring. However, in December, I won't say the game doesn't have flaws and there is not things that should be changed or are just bad technically speaking, but overall I find the game is way better. And why is so? Like I said, in Torchlight you're gonna create a barbarian, a mage, I don't know, a steampunk, whatever, like you know what I mean. There are 5 classes right now, and once you create a class, the only thing you can change around is the element you're gonna play, or the damage, or the tankiness, or etc. There's not much space of improvement or to play around. However, for those who know Path of Exile, when it comes to Undecember, there is no class restriction. You basically create a hero, and you decide, you are basically like, I don't know, you decide what you want to be. You are your own decider. It makes no fucking sense what I'm saying. Basically what I'm saying, you're gonna create your hero and you can be whoever you want. You wanna be a ninja who creates monsters? Go ahead. You wanna be a knight who throws fireballs? Go ahead. You wanna be a tank who basically one-shot everything? You can also do it. There's infinite possibilities to how you're gonna build. Now, yes, there is limited amount of skills, so it's not like the skills are just, unlimited and there's unlimited ways of building. However, since you can connect this different skills with another, since you can change your statistics and build different runes and connect different runes, it really gives you way more in terms of builds than Torchlight Infinite, and it's really more rewarding when you actually understand how the system of classes, the spells work in this game. Achieving and building something that actually works is so rewarding and satisfying. In Torchlight Infinite, let's say you make one build, well, it doesn't work, you just do something else. In Undecember, it's different. You have to invest in a specialty, you have to invest in your spells. So if it doesn't work, you will feel pretty fast that you fucked up. However, if it works, believe me, the boost of power will be insane. So again, it will take some time before Undecember becomes actually a game you're gonna enjoy. For example, myself, I have created a character, I played it till level 30 and I was just like, okay, this is not going anywhere, let me go back, learn from my mistake and start over, and that's what I did. I started over and I had way more fun, I'm enjoying the game way more because I understand it and I know how it works. So again, this will be a different video for my end, just to explain you how everything works, but the game overall is way more fun. The simple campaign, like in Torchlight, you're gonna need what, 4, 5, 6 hours depending how try hard you are. And on December, you're gonna need days. Like honestly, right now I am on what, Act 4 in the main story, and I think there's 10 acts. And Act 4 already is something really hard where I'm gonna have to grind. So before I even can start farming rifts and those special dungeons, there's still a long way to go for me. So overall, the game keeps you very entertained. Like, there's plenty of things to do. However, we cannot lie to ourselves. This game is 100% way more pay to win than Torchlight, and you're gonna feel it way more. The simple fact that the game gives you a free pet and it only gives you 7 days of free auto loot, and so far I still haven't seen a way to obtain this free pet loot besides actually spending money in the game. Now maybe I will unlock a quest or something later on that will give me some additional time, but so far from my understanding, in 6 days, if I don't spend money, I will no longer have auto loot. So this is kind of scary, but again, we'll see. I might be wrong. Leave a comment if you know if this changes or there's another way to get it. The other problem is the backpack space. Even though you have 100 space in your backpack, which is way more from what you actually have in Torchlight, but the gear, like the space gets filled up really quickly. Since the enchantment, build, crafting is way more build than Torchlight, you have so much materials when it comes to enchanting and building that you just don't have the space for it. Because in this game, the gear enchantment when it comes to your gear is really built, like it's strong, it's really good. Believe me, you're gonna really enjoy this game when it comes to crafting, building new possibilities, new gear, looking for that perfect stat, re-rolling, getting the materials, etc. And it's the same for your spells. Your spells can also be enchant. They can also be basically change. As you can see, my spell has red, blue, red sides. You can change the sides to connect it to different runes, etc., etc. There's a lot you can do. There's a lot you can play around. Torchlight doesn't have it. Torchlight is super basic, and you can't really play around. Again, right now I am a knight paladin with a staff, and I'm basically doing mage spells, like perfect bukake, like amazing gangbang. So yeah, but again, indeed it is way more pay to win, just by the simple fact that the pet is, well, you have to pay for it eventually. The spaces, you are also very limited in the spaces, and they show like that you have amazing like storage, that you basically can store everything based off what material it is, what rune, yeah, basically it's great, but you have to buy it. It's literally a paywall that you cannot go over it, and all you're gonna have to do is to learn how to manage your space in order to have space. But the further and further you go into the game, it will be harder and harder. So that's why you're actually gonna start feeling the paywall. Now there are some things you can play around with it. Again, this will be a different video. But yeah, so overall, when it comes to the gameplay, when it comes to like fully ignore the pay to win aspect, and you just play the game in terms of having more fun. Personally, I have way more fun in Undecember than Torchlight. I'm not saying both games are good or bad, it's not up to me. But my personal opinion is that Undecember is way more developed, it's way more fun, there's way more to do, and it's way more harder to get bored. Now, in terms of pay to win, yes, Undecember is way more pay to win. I think Torchlight, even though it's a little bit pay to win, is more free to play friendly. But yeah, guys, I won't take more of your time. I just wanted to make this review so you can also choose what game you want to play, so you have the choice and the explanation behind both games. So yeah, make sure to like, follow, and subscribe if you want to see more content from Undecember, because again, I won't be playing Torchlight. I can't even be bothered to open the game anymore if not for this video. But yeah, guys, I will see you in the next video, so make sure to follow, like, and subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, make sure to leave a comment. I will see you soon. Have a nice weekend. Bye bye.